Alright, it says to factor the trinomial x squared minus 10x plus 21. So the process we go through when we factor a trinomial is, first of all, we look for a greatest common factor. And there isn't a greatest common factor between these three terms. And then we make sure that the terms are in descending order of x. So it starts with the highest power of x, which in this case is x squared, then it goes to the next power of x, which is x to the first power, or just x, and then it goes to the constant. So that's taken care of. And then we write down our shell. We're going to try to factor this as a binomial times a binomial. So put down a binomial times a binomial, and we'll fill it in. Always start with the first term, x squared. We know that x times x gives us x squared, so we know it's going to be x here and x here. We then go to the last term. Now, we can tell a lot by the signs here. This is a plus 21, so whatever I put here is going to have to be a plus and a plus, because a positive times a positive will give me a positive. Or they have to both be negative, because a negative times a negative would also give me a positive. Now, which is it? Two pluses or two minuses? Well, we know the middle term has to be a negative 10x. And the only way to get a negative 10x when we add these two numbers together is for them to both be negative. So we can determine right off the bat that these signs have to both be negative. Now we know that we're looking for two numbers that multiply together to give us 21, a positive 21, but when we add those two numbers together we get a negative 10. Well, we know that 7 times 3 will give us 21. Negative 7 times a negative 3 is a positive 21, and negative 7 plus a negative 3 is a negative 10. So this is the correct factorization. And remember how to check it. You can check by just using the FOIL method.